tough season.
The Scottish School of Rugby Club was again a merger between Young Stars, Lewandales and Tricolours that formed Scottish School of Rugby Club in 1976. Rugby in the World Cup in the 70s has been very much at a very high level, and in 1992,
obviously unification came, and the two clubs, Walmers and Scottish Club, merged. And then because Walmers won the league, with unification they took all the top teams to play in the, which is now called the Super League A. I think it was called 1A then, I'm not too sure, and that's how SK Walmers ended up in the league. It was a tough baptism for us. We have a very proud history, and people I don't know if they remember it, but this club has never played below Super League B since inception.
I started to go to the rugby on the track every Saturday. I think I was about 16, turning 17. So you can work out how long is that, how many years. And I don't think I've ever missed one match.
2003, it's a thing that always sticks into my brain. For the first time ever, we took the entire club away on a training camp. And that was to the military base in Fori, I think it is. And there was a proper army camp. And we went through each and every player that was there, irrespective if you were prospective first team, second team or third team player. And we went through each player and we said, what do you want out of rugby? Or where do you want to play? And there were some people, they said, no, they just want to play rugby. And we said, okay, so they verstaan, ze gaan derde team speel and second team. And they were quite happy. But the people who indicated they wanted to play first team, we said, okay, it's okay, you can play first team, but this is the requirements. You're going to practice 3 nights a week. You're going to attend team talks. And we thought of building this thing. And I think that was a quite successful formula. And I'll never forget, we came back from that camp that Sunday with a bus, and we came up Whale Street. And halfway up Whale Street, I can't exactly remember which street it was, it runs parallel, and the team said, stop the bus. And I said, okay, and we stopped the bus, and everyone came out. And they jawed up there. It was like, soos die klopse daar opgejaw. And I looked at Mr. Khan and I said, nou hier kom 'n ding. And we actually won the league in 2003.
It was a team that took us to the 1A. And we stayed in the 1A most probably for about 16, 17 years. I think I coached there for most probably 6 years. I think it was from the time when we started getting sponsors, and the main sponsor came after that was Oasis, and a lot of players started getting involved with the club within management roles, coaching roles, and there was just a buzz and a vibe in the club from junior structure right up. Everything was sorted, there was a vision, there was a plan, there was a goal. 2020 came along and we didn't have a coach that year. Guys from the clubs got together, we had a meeting, urgent meeting with, I think Khamim was in that meeting and Munib was in that meeting, and a lot of players has left and we needed to find players. January, February looking for players, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough season. So we put a plan together, and we were supposed to get together again about 2 or 3 weeks after that. And one of the guys in the meeting still actually mentioned about a possible pandemic and whatever.
Virus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown.
And we started practicing in October 2021. Practicing wasn't well attended, but I knew it wasn't going to be well attended because we have a mentality, like I said, we have a mentality of only starting to practice in somewhere in January. So on average we had the most on a practice at that point in time. That time we were still just doing running work, heels, little bit of CrossFit, and that was like having 10 players there, man.
After COVID, we had to resume playing, but I think it was just, the club was just in a lackadaisical mood.
And obviously the pressure on our side that we came, we lost against UCT, we lost against Hamlets, we lost against Paul. So obviously everyone expected us to most probably get a 50 or 60 against Villages.
In 2022 didn't go too well for our club. We were relegated, and it was quite a disappointment for our club and for our community.
Ek vir hulle gesê soos ek gevoel het en vir hulle gesê, you know, because daai almal line up daai dat hulle afgekom het as hulle eie man. En was hulle eie because hulle het nie gekykie. Sien jy, hulle het nie gekykie. As hulle het gekyk het, hey, wag, hier gaan ons so, daar gaan ons daar, en dan sal hulle wy gemaak het, kwaad gebly het. Sien jy, hulle het nie gekykie.
And the following week I was just told that I was sent an email on WhatsApp or whatever you want to call it, that the Exco has decided to bring in someone else, and that is where my journey stopped in coaching in 2022.
The club called me because the club was in a bit of trouble, but when I came back to the club I saw there was coaches, and I spoke to the management and then told them, look, there is coaches here and they are capable. So they said, no, they don't want me to coach, they actually want me to help. But somewhere along the lines, things got mixed up and I ended up coaching the team.
We need to retain this current players that was playing. Remember, we relegated to Super League B. Other clubs go for your top players. That's a challenge we have every single year. And we have to devise a strategy. We have to keep the old players, but we have to retain our youth also. And how do we integrate our youth into the first team?
Cool. But let me tell you something. 2023 is going to be our year. For some reason, I had this feeling in my gut.
Must come up with a phrase or someone that is catchy, that everyone can latch onto it. The community as supporters, but most importantly, you. And is there anyone that thought about something that we've asked earlier?
I think the big question is, how did we find ourselves here, man? How did we get here to a point where we look at each other and we're like, yeah, what happened to the last 10 years' efforts? Because that's what I asked myself. We're going to have to understand the only way we're going to find success is if we love it right, man. Yeah. We must love it right. Not secondary, but primary.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Okay, thoughts for the season. Mandated to win the 1B. Pre-season prep, mainly fitness and team runs. We did some more specific things where we fell short last year, basically concentrating on our skill level, fitness level, racking and continuity on the ball. As far as the squad go, I think we've assembled a good squad for pre-season. We're looking to add some more depth to the squad as the pre-season continues. But at the moment, very happy with what I'm seeing. The numbers are growing on a weekly basis.
We started off the season with, you know, abundance of players. The friendlies, that was the friendlies were for, just trying to run the correct combinations and try to let these combinations fulfill the processes and the structures the coach wanted to play. Franshoek was actually our first game post Ramadan and post 3-week layoff. And conditions were seriously not good. And all I thought to myself is just let's get through this, let's just get the win. Let's go for polls and let's just get the win because it could be a long day. I mean, they were the log leaders. Fortunate for us, we got the win on that day. And I think that game really set the platform for the rest of the league thus far. And then after Paul, it was Kalmore, which we did well on the track and we beat them with 60 points.
Tomorrow is SK Walmers against Collegians. Right? That is, they've been playing this game on Facebook all week. We will play the game in the 4 lines tomorrow.
Leading up to Collegians, and we respect the club. I always respected the call. All the years I've respected it's one of the clubs where I admire from where they come from.
Something today, we take Maka practice. We run Maka in Maka week in, week out to play team. That's it, Bruce. It is not. We gaan tegen elkaar today. We gaan tegen elkaar. That's
And you know how much guts they show, but I just felt that, you know what, they're not our caliber. I felt that they're way out of their league if they think they can compete with us.
Do I go? It's outside. Do I go? Do I go? Yeah, go.
Go up, Sophie! Even if you look at the match itself, it was like tries weren't celebrated from all corners. It was like we put the ball down, next job. Put the ball down, next job.
Are you passing neck? Are you passing neck, man? Shot boy, Uzair, they must have saved, man.
2 tries, 2 more for bonus. And I couldn't have asked for a better clinical performance. And we pulled it through.
The opponent's Langa. For the game today, we're feeling pretty confident. We want to get the 5 points. We put our process in place in the week, and let's hope the boys can pull it through. Before this game, we're laying 3rd, but we've got 3 games in hand. Winning all the games in hand will put us top of the log, I think 10 points clear of everyone.
Oh, Ibizo! What are you doing here? What are you doing here, man? Is a Saturday.
I'm Majda. I've been involved with the club since 2004, since they came up to the Super League A. Went through a lot with the club, the ups and downs. seeing people have massive injuries, giving coaches bad news, giving the club bad news. Bring forward.
Ons nou soos aan my vriend representa, mense soos julle kan sien, ek is op die trek man. This is SKW's home ground and I've been coming to this home ground since 2004. You see, so this is my team. This team I support till I die. I will leave with my blood here on this track, you know, and we're gonna win the championship man. We go into the 1A man. Respect and love. I'm a friend.
I gave you the tools. Go use the tools. Go play the game. Simple. That's my hard time to go play your game.
Well done to Scottish Kloof. I think they're really well prepared, well-oiled machine. And there's a reason why they're 12 out of 12s.
So in hindsight, I do think we were just a bit complacent against the All Saints team that we were very unfamiliar with. And and the sad part is it was our last home game for the season. And that game we came to lose 17-14. A lot of bad decisions, probably our poorest showing, but I can't take anything away from All Saints.
My name is Matthias Davids. I've been playing for SK Walmers since 2004 and I'm on 400 caps now. This is our Sunday ritual. We're actually doing a saunders bath, ice bath. We do this every Sunday. We're supposed to do it after the game, but we tend to do it on a Sunday. It's better.
Why?
For recovery, it helps me. It takes a week for me to recover. We're in the business end of the season. We need to all the teams, like our coach said. Give them a hiding all the games.
Yeah, look, the Primrose game, a lot of people see it as a derby. I myself don't see it as a derby. I didn't see Collegians as a derby either, because we're coming from a higher league, playing at a higher competitive competition.
Can't steal. You bounce onto A and we shift them out. Let them play phases. They can't survive playing phases against us. Listen to the because he wants his
So our planning is exactly the same as it was for the previous two derbies. Just focus on what we want to do and target them where they're weak.
The next one is going to get easier and easier and easier. Because they think we're as good as our last game. And by God, maybe we're not as good as our last game. We're better than that. That was a freak of nature. Everyone dropped the ball. We couldn't get a drive going. We couldn't put phases together. Couldn't find touch. So everything that went wrong, could go wrong, went wrong. So we put that behind us, but we keep that bitter taste with us. Right, listen, we're gonna work on our blind side now.
Yeah, today, exactly 20 years ago, we were in the same situation, wanting to gain promotion to Super League A, and we were successful then. And I'm sure today
we'll pull this through. I think we big enough, mature enough to take the semi-final, and I have full confidence in my team that we're going to do so.
come out of the stand and you go kill the ice. Hey, the 23, I don't know if you look at the faces. These are the men that was here December and January when we had one. They think they have a chance. I know it because I know my man. The big moments, we step up. One more game, one more big moment. Go. Yep. Don't leave them standing or breathing. We got our foot on their throat. We trap the killer pop. Last dance, I want. Last dance. Play! Play!
Thank you, Nai. Try.